Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complexity of humanity. The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire.
कैन यू रिव्यू माय न्यूवी? हाँ, यूआईडी बताओ। यो सनी भाई, क्या हाल चाल?
People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs.
One moment. Hmm? C2 Neuvillette. Nice. ना 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 ना, हाइड्रो गॉबलेट यूज करो। यूज हाइड्रो गॉबलेट। हाइड्रो गॉबलेट एंड HP सर्कलेट। एंड ऑल्सो तुम्हारा C2 है तो तुम्हें CD काफी सारा मिल भी जा रहा है C2 से, तो वो दोनों चीजें कर सकते हो जिससे न्यूवी का डैमेज इम्प्रूव होगा। वैसे ये पीस तो बहुत सॉलिड है, इसे रिप्लेस करना थोड़ा सा टफ होगा, बट रिप्लेस कर सकते हो। C2 Nebula विल बी बेटर विथ ट्रिपल HP। ना 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 ना, हाइड्रो गॉबलेट हमेशा बेटर है। सर्कलेट डेफिनेटली HP का यूज करो। सैंड्स कैन बी बेटर एज ऑफिस, यस हाँ, ये चीज़ मैं भी बोलूँगा, सैंड्स ऑफिस के हिसाब से बेटर हो सकता है। HP गॉबलेट वर्क्स बेटर फॉर मी भाई, एंड आई एम ट्राइंग फॉर HP सर्कलेट। ओके, HP गॉबलेट बेटर तो होना नहीं चाहिए, मतलब मैंने जितना टेस्ट किया, वैसे खैर तुम्हारा C2 है, बट स्टिल C2 से HP तो नहीं बढ़ता है ना, आई थिंक सिर्फ क्रिट डैमेज बढ़ता है। यार भी है उसमें। एक मिनट रुक जाओ, मुझे थोड़ा सा, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ डैमेज बोनस फ्रॉम अदर सपोर्ट्स। हाँ बट ओवरऑल डैमेज, स्ट्रीम अटक रहा है, अटक तो नहीं रहा है। लाइक क्यों नहीं किया गया है गाइस? कौन लाइक नहीं करा यार? गद्दारी मत करो भाई, ऐसा मत करो यार। जो सच्चा न्यूवी मैन है वो लाइक जरूर करेगा। Gune gives like 75% Kazuha Shilo HP. रुको, मुझे थोड़ा सा टाइम दे दो, मैं काम निपटा लूँ, फिर मैं स्ट्रीम कंटिन्यू करता हूँ। थोड़ा सा टाइम दे दो मुझे। फ्लेंस दिखा दो, फ्लेंस बिल्ड नहीं है, बट रुको, फ्लेंस का मैं मेरा रेशियो दिखा देता हूँ, ठीक है? थोड़ा सा एक मैं काम निपटा लूँ। ये है रेशियो। आई एम ट्राइंग टू गेट फ्लिंस राइट नाउ। फ्लिंस की टीम है पूरी तुम्हारे पास? भाई फ्लिंस टू बी ऑनेस्ट मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम स्किप किया था, बट सेकंड आईडी में निकाला था, एंड ये एक्चुअली इतना सॉलिड डीपीएस है, मैंने निकाल लिया। और भी एक रीज़न है कि लूनर डीपीएस जो 3 टाइप के लूनर है उनके तो लूनर डीपीएस आ चुके हैं, तो शायद और लूनर वो नहीं आए, मतलब और कोई लूनर का डीपीएस। 3 टाइप के लूनर रिएक्शंस थे, तीनों डीपीएस आ चुके हैं लूनर के, एंड आई थिंक अब सीधा नॉट का एंड एंड लूनर का वो एंड, तो मैंने निकाल लिया ये वेपन क्या है इस फ्लेंस पे? वेपन बहुत हाई सीआर वाला है, साइनो का वेपन है। My luck has been very bad lately, man. Zero keep losing 50 भाई सेम मेरा भी सेम है। मेरा तो आई थिंक 3 बैक टू बैक 50-50 लॉस था, एंड सारे हार्ड पीटी जहाँ तक मुझे याद है। लास्ट मैंने पुल करा था इनफ एंड कॉन्लूम बीना, दोनों ही आई थिंक वही था हार्ड पीटी। ये फ्लिंस मेरा गारंटी पे निकला है, एंड वो भी हार्ड पीटी, मतलब हारा भी मैं हार्ड पीटी पे ही था। एक मिनट गाइस, जस्ट 1 मिनट। ऑलराइट चलो, चलो फिर एक बार अभी सुना हो जाए। इसका बर्स्ट फाइनली क्राउन हो गया, बट ये खुद 90 नहीं है, एंड इसका स्किल लेवल 2 है भाई। पीक करी हुई है, पीक करी हुई, मतलब एकदम एब्सोल्युटली पीक। कहाँ है वो? नीचे। मन तो करता है यहाँ पे सुक्रोज के जगह में आयनसान यूज कर, क्योंकि आयनसान के लिए कोई टीम ही नहीं है, बेचारी बस अकाउंट में पड़ी है। C6 हो जाए फिर उससे टीम दूंगा मैं, बट पता नहीं ये कब कौन से बैनर में आ जाए। स्कर, किएलान, फुरीना एंड एस्को। चलो 90 कर दो। लूनर डैमेज डज स्केल समवट विद लेवल। हाँ, कैरेक्टर लेवल पे लूनर डैमेज डिपेंड करता है, मतलब लूनर डैमेज नहीं, कोई सा भी ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव रिएक्शन डैमेज डिपेंड करता है तुम्हारे कैरेक्टर लेवल पे, बट मेरे पे रिसोर्सेस नहीं है भाई, गरीबी है, पीक गरीबी है, वही प्रॉब्लम है।
Cleanup sequence initiated. Ultimatum protocol.
A moonlit night for all. Absorption test.
Beware the creatures of the night. Close your eyes. Observe. Fear the dark. Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dusk up.
Wave.
बोलो पलटू।
Blue moons converge. Animal test 63.
Do you fear the dark? Observe. Do you fear the dark?
Installation chamber deployed.
आयरन
Ultimatum
एक तभी
protocol.
टूटी का शादी करवा दो।
A moonlit night for all. Stand clear.
इतों की क्यूटी क्या करवा सकते हैं, बट वो राजी होगा? सवाल बस ये है।
Game's up. Time's over.
Let the world collide.
A little amuse bouche. A burst of paradigm shift. Ha, ja. Ha, ja. Ha. Ha. Ja. Ja. Quiet now.
Strike a pose. Ow. Time to shine.
A dash of frosting.
Goose on the loose.
Fearless. Into the void. Busted.
Off to the freezer. Shower me with praise.
Merciless. Gotcha.
Ja.
Merciless.
A dash of frosting.
Busted.
Cha.
चलो यो सुधांशु भाई, क्या हाल चाल है भाई? बस एक लूनर टीम आने से अबिस कितना इजी हो गया है, बस एक लूनर टीम कंप्लीट होने से।
Defensive mode engaged.
Wave. Animal test 63 up.
Be silent. Observe. Night falls.
Annihilation mode.
Surge.
मैं तो फ्लिंक्स पे कुछ हार गया, मेरा गारंटी था भाई, तो मेरा
Close
भी
your eyes. Be silent. Night falls.
काइंड ऑफ सिमिलर ही सी।
Close your eyes. Night falls.
खत्म। आइसलिन नहीं मिला, आइसलिन।
Let the world collide.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Off to the freezer.
A burst of flavor.
Another star goes out.
Extinguish.
Yoo-hoo! Let mine in. echoing song.
Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
Yeah, that's the pinnacle of excellence. Yeah.
ये वाला रन थोड़ा खराब हो गया, दोनों को एक साथ डाउन होना था।
Yeah. Gotcha.
Strike a pose. Time to shine.
Here comes the catch.
A little amuse bouche. Huh. Yeah, goose on the loose. Third. Ha. Yeah. Ha, ha. Yeah.
Mine to wield.
Yeah. Yeah. Shower me with praise. Let my name echo.
Quietly now. Things are about to get...
A dash of frosting. Just a burst of flavor. Yeah.
Busted.
A little amuse bouche. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. 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 Shower me with off to the freezer. Yeah.
Quietly now.
ठीक है, चलो यहाँ पे एनर्जी बचाना है मुझे। यो चिन्मय भाई, क्या हाल चाल? स्कर को कितना स्ट्रगल करना पड़ रहा है ये वाइल्डर्स को? अरे हो जाता भाई, वो लोग थोड़ा दूर दूर होगा, दोनों साथ में डाउन होता ना तो इजीली हो जाता।
Insulation chamber flame.
बस वो थोड़ा रोटेशन सही
Animal
करना है।
test 63 up.
Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust.
नहीं चाहिए इलेक्ट्रोरेस।
Observe.
Preparing for dust up.
Moonlit night for
3.1 से HSR खेल रहा हूँ। 3.1 में क्या था?
Close your eyes.
अच्छा
Observe.
नहीं, 3.1 तो आई थिंक एम्फोरियस था।
Be silent. To dust.
Yo चिन्मय भाई, welcome back to the supporters club. Thank you for becoming a member. Let's go. भाई मैंने 3 रेड्स और एक भी स्पेशल इफेक्ट नहीं मिला अब तक। एडवेंचर इफेक्ट नहीं मिला।
Let the world collide.
Here comes the catch. Busted.
The pinnacle of excellence.
Into the bolt.
Yeah. Ha.
भाई तुमने C2 क्लेंस कब निकाल दिया? अरे तुम्हारा अकाउंट है।
Yeah. 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 Strike a pose. Time to shine.
Things
मैंने
are about to
वो
get
करा था ना
dicey.
सर्वर पे मेंशन
A little amuse
कि
bouche.
भाई तुम्हारे अकाउंट से वो बनाने जा रहा हूँ मैं, पर एंड क्लेंस वाला।
Yeah. 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 Shower me with praise. Let the world collide.
Here comes the catch.
A dash of frosting. Goose on the loose.
Extinguish.
Yeah. 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 Let my name echoing song.
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Off to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence. A dash of frosting. Another star goes out.
थोड़ा सा HP बचा, ओके नाइस, बर्स्ट आ गया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत ही बढ़िया भाई, बर्स्ट मिल गया। एवरनेट, साइरन, हायरसेंस सब तो अच्छे हैं। जब इनेफा आई थी तब मैंने सोचा मेरा लूनर टीम, पर अब देखो मेरे पास ऑल 3 कंप्लीट लूनर टीम्स है भाई साहब। लक तो है, लक तो है भाई। बट हाँ यार, मतलब इनेफा जब आई थी मेरा भी कुछ वही रिएक्शन था, मेरा कद्दू निकाले, लेकिन किसने सोचा था एक सिनर्जी इतना कुछ
Offensive
बदल
mode
देगा।
engaged. Annihilation mode.
लिटरली पूरे नॉर्थ ट्राई की बेस्ट सपोर्ट है।
Stand clear. Swirl. Mark 2.
The night coming. Observe. Close your eyes.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Preparing for dust up.
A moonlit night for all.
Observe. Close your eyes.
Almost one rotation, almost.
Strike a pose. Time to shine. Game's up. Fun's over. A little amuse bouche. Boost on the loop. Into the board. Let my name echoing song. Here comes the catch. Quietly now. Attack to frosting. At first, depletion. Paradigm shift. Fearless. Strike a pose. Let the world come on. Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Boost on the loop. Merciless. Into the
Yep.
board.
एक मिनट जरा। कोलम्बिना इनेफा कोई भी टीम को कैरी कर लेते हैं, हाँ, बट अगर वहीं पे तुम्हारे पास डीपीएस है भाई, देन तो गेम ओवर है।
Where do we come from? And where are we going?
मतलब बस ये एबिस में मुझे 2 बार ट्राई करना पड़ा, बस एक लूनर टीम के आने से ये एबिस इतना इजीली हो रहा है। मेरे पास कैश प्रीमियम अगर चलो डीओटी टीम एंड अर्चर प्रीमियम। अच्छा एक बात बताओ शुभम भाई, वो मिला तुम्हें एडवेंचर इफेक्ट के साथ? नहीं तो अगर किसी फ्रेंड को मिला हो नोन, जिसके साथ तुम्हारा हाई फ्रेंडशिप लेवल है, उससे ट्रेड कर लेना अगर इसको 2 मिले हैं तो। स्पेशल रेंट देखने में बहुत कूल लगता है भाई मेरा फ्लेंस एंड स्कर्क देखो जरा, फ्लेंस एंड स्कर्क। C1 अगर नॉन क्रिट वेपन पे है तो फिर ठीक है पोल 2, बट छी पोलू, छी यार, छी पोलू। बेटर तो सारे पीसेस ही हो पाएंगे। छी यार पोलू, ये पीस तो पूरा रिप्लेसेबल है, आई मीन ये है, बट ठीक है। ये वाला तो ये 15% सीआर तुम क्या करोगे? पूरा का पूरा सीआर हटा दो वहां से, फिर भी स्पेन ऑफ सीआर है। ये वो वाले तुम्हारा जो प्लूम है उससे सीआर हटा ही दो, सिर्फ सीडी अटैक ईआरईएम। अगर कोई पीस पे सीडी अटैक ईआरईएम है वो पीस दे दो प्लूम, बेटर है वो। एंड तुम्हारा अटैक 2300 क्यों, कैसे? हाँ अच्छा, स्कर्क ठीक है, स्कर्क ठीक है। लेकिन तुम्हारा अटैक कितना है, रुको जरा। 2300, मेरा आई थिंक 20 कितना हो जाएगा। मैक्स कर ही नहीं सकता मैं, खैर आई थिंक मेरा ऑलमोस्ट 2300 हो जाएगा 90 पे। एंड अभी भी मेरे पीसेस इम्प्रूव तो होंगे, जैसे कि ये वाला मैं अटैक एंड ईआर पे रोल करूंगा, पूरा रीरोल करके पूरा अटैक एंड ईआर पे डाल दूंगा। ये वाला भाई, ये वाले पे क्या रोल गया, लिटरली मैंने क्राफ्ट करा, रोल करा एंड बूम। सिंपली मुझे सर्कलेट रीरोल करना है, जिसपे होपफुली मुझे अराउंड 140 यार नहीं, 140 यार नहीं, 135 यार हो जाए मेरा, और ये 2400 हो जाए अटैक, फिर बढ़िया। वैसे इस टाइम में वो चैलेंज कंटिन्यू करने का कोई प्लान है क्या? अरे वो चैलेंज भाई, मैं अगले दिन चैलेंज तुम्हारा कंटिन्यू करने गया एंड एक सेकंड, ये पुराना वाला है क्या? ये रुको मैं दिखाता हूँ क्या हुआ। ये हो गया। नेक्स्ट डे मैं स्ट्रीम पे कर रहा था, तुम्हें बुलाया गया था, वही रीजन से पोलू ने बुलाया था, बट दिस शी हैपेंड, दिस शी। रुको जरा यार, ठंडी लग रही है, मैं जरा विंडोज बंद करके आता हूँ। पाँच दिन में 6 दिन में आ रहा है न्यू ये ऑन स्लॉट, और भाई 6 दिन में आई थिंक मैं घर पे नहीं रहूंगा। नेक्स्ट वीक एक वीक मेरा, तो मैं घर पे नहीं रहूंगा, ये बंद भी होगा। वही मैं लिटरली उस दिन के अगले दिन ही स्ट्रीम पे करने वाला था ट्राई, बट सीन हो गया भाई। नेक्स्ट स्टेजन में ट्राई करो, फर्स्ट बॉस कंप्लीट करना है, बाकी तो हो जाएगा। ट्राई कर सकते हैं, बट देखो मैं पहला वीक तो मर्च का नहीं रहूंगा, क्योंकि एक रिलेटिव की शादी है एंड थोड़ा क्लोज रिलेटिव का शादी है, ठीक है, तो एक हफ्ता मैं मिसिंग रहूंगा। 6 दिन तो एटलीस्ट स्ट्रीम नहीं होगी, समझ लो, एटलीस्ट 6 दिन।
Defensive mode engaged. Ultimatum protocol.
Moon rises. Animal test 6308.
Observe. Be silent. To dust.
खत्म हो गया। मैं तो सेकंड रोटेशन करने आया था। अब तो तुमने भी कॉन्सेंट प्रीमियम टीम है, तो अपने में डायर ट्राई क्यों नहीं करते? कॉन्सेंट प्रीमियम नहीं भाई, वो C2 वाला फ्लिंस वाला अकाउंट तुम्हारा था, मेरा नहीं। एंड मेरे फ्लिंस वाले अकाउंट में प्रीमियम टीम तो है ही नहीं भाई। फ्लिंस वाले अकाउंट में बिना की कमी है। मेरा तो सारा का सारा C0 है भाई।
People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs.
एक मिनट रुको जरा यार, पता नहीं यहाँ पे नेटवर्क के क्या इशू चल रहे हैं आज। नेट इतना स्लो है, हर मोबाइल डेटा, वाईफाई सब। मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, बोलो। 90 का तो लूनर डैमेज। एक सेकंड, चैट रिफ्रेश नहीं हुआ है, फिर रुको ज़रा। मैं ज़रा फ़ोन रीस्टार्ट कर लूँ, दिक्कत दे रहा है। ओह एनवीएम तुमने लॉग आउट भी कर लिया? हाँ स्टिल भाई, अभी जिस टीम से खेल रहे हो ये डायर निकाल देगा नेक्स्ट प्रीमियम टीम से, कुछ ज़्यादा इजी है। हाँ नेक्स्ट में नकल डकल आए, पता नहीं, देखते हैं। अभी तो नेक्स्ट में देखना है क्या टीम आएगा। ये जो रेडिएंट मून गेको जो है भाई, अगर ये डायर में आ गया, मैंने कहीं पे तो इसका कुछ मैकेनिक देखा था, आई थिंक लूनर क्रिस्टलाइज रिलेटेड कुछ होगा पक्का। तो अगर
Let us
लूनर
have a
क्रिस्टलाइज
modicum
रिलेटेड
of
आ गया फिर तो मैं
patience for the
हाइपरगरी टीम नहीं ले
richness
जा
and
पाऊंगा।
complexity of humanity.
बट
The
हाँ डायर
wanton
ऐसे
cruelty
ट्राई
of
कर
the few
सकते हैं।
is not worth our
बस
ire.
एक फ्लोर, पता नहीं लूनर क्रिस्टलाइज का मैं क्या करूंगा, शायद नोएल लूनर क्रिस्टलाइज करना पड़ेगा। इसको मेरे स्कर्क पे लेगी हैं। अरे यार क्या इशू है भाई, मेरा इंटरनेट इतना स्लो। यार इस जियो का नेट स्लो चल रहा है क्या? इतना बाहियात नेटवर्क क्यों है इसका आज? कोई जियो यूजर है, दिक्कत हो रहा है क्या किसी का 4G में?
He who
जिवाई है तो
wishes
तुम्हारे
to
पास?
peer into
जिवाई
the abyss
सेकंड
needs
आईडी पे
simply to
है,
wander
जिवाई
through
इस आईडी पे
Notcry
नहीं
on a
है, इस
misty
आईडी में।
night.
एंड जिवाई के साथ बिना नहीं है ना तो बहुत बहुत मेस्ड अप वो है मेरा, बहुत ही ज़्यादा मेस्ड अप सीन है उस आईडी में। ज़्यादा बिजी हो जब तक नहीं दे रहे कमेंट का कोई ना। अच्छा एक मिनट, अभी निकलो रिव्यू, बस आर्टिकल बहुत कंफर्म किया हो उससे आप चला सजेशन दे दो एक्स्ट्रा। फ्लिंस, ओके फ्लिंस का सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट 90 कर लेना इसे, ठीक है, क्योंकि जितने भी रिएक्शन बेस्ड डैमेज डीलर है, मतलब हाइपर ब्लूम का कोई कैरेक्टर हो गया, ब्लूम का कैरेक्टर हो गया, बर्जन का कैरेक्टर हो गया, लूनर रिएक्शंस कोई सा भी लूनर रिएक्शन का कैरेक्टर हो गया, सबका लेवल 90 होना इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि उनका डैमेज उनके कैरेक्टर लेवल पे हेविली डिपेंड करता है। एंड अगर तुम्हें कभी मस्टरले स्टेला फॉर्च्यूना मिले तो फिर लूनर रिएक्शन डैमेज डीलर्स पे वो यूज़ करना सबसे ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल होगा, क्योंकि सबसे ज़्यादा तुम्हें परफॉर्मेंस बूस्ट उससे लूनर कैरेक्टर्स पे ही मिलेगा। हाँ रेशियो वगैरह ना, होमा पे सीडी बहुत बढ़ सकता है। टैलेंट बर्स्ट पहले क्राउन कर लेना, फिर स्किल आराम से करना। ओके ये तो बना लो, क्रिट डैमेज का बनाना, ठीक है, क्रिट रेट नहीं। ओके क्रिट रेट सॉरी क्रिट डैमेज सर्कुलेट बना लेना। ये वाला मैक्स तो करना है अभी, बट डेफिनेटली क्रिट डैमेज का सर्कलेट बनाना एंड बर्स्ट को पहले लेवल अप करना। तो सबसे पहले इसे 90 कर लेना, बर्स्ट ग्राउंड कर लेना, उसके बाद क्रिट डैमेज सर्कलेट। जी भाई रिव्यू कर दो, ऊपर आईडी भेजा है, एक बार फिर से आईडी डाल दो सुधांशु भाई। रेडियंट मून गेको, वैसे रेडियंट मून गेको का वो क्या है? अरे हाँ उससे याद आया, एक सेकंड, ये वाला मैंने कितना करा है? हैं 0/8? लेटेस्ट एल्बम भाई, शी एल्बम में से ढूंढ के करना है।
Insulation chamber.
Stand clear.
ठीक है, इसके बाद क्वेस्ट स्टार्ट करेंगे। फ्लिंस एंड भाई फ्लिंस को 90 करो, सेम वही तुमको भी सेम सजेशन दे रहा हूँ। मेरा 90 नहीं है क्योंकि मेरे पास रिसोर्सेस नहीं है, बट डेफिनेटली 90 करो। एनर्जी चाहिए, एनर्जी चाहिए, एनर्जी बहुत सारा चाहिए। सीआरसीडी तो बिल्कुल। और कोई पोलर मिजर नहीं है क्या? कुछ पोलर नहीं है तुम्हारे पास? अरे अरे सीआरसीडी, हाँ यहाँ पे वैसा तो अटैक है, बट बेटर करो, सीआरसीडी बेटर करो। एंड एनर्जी चाहिए भाई, बहुत सारा एनर्जी चाहिए, बहुत सारा, एकदम जीरो है। जीरो पे तो मतलब फुल प्रीमियम टीम पे भी काम नहीं होगा, तो एनर्जी पे काम करो। 125 एटलीस्ट एनर्जी कर लेना। स्कर का 11% क्रिट रेट बढ़ाओ। हाँ 11% क्रिट रेट बढ़ाओ। थोड़ा सा सीडी गिरा सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बट 11% क्रिट रेट बढ़ा लो ताकि ये थोड़ा अच्छी तरह क्रिट करे। ओके, क्रिट रेट बढ़ा पाना ही मुश्किल है ना भाई। देखो अगर गॉबलेट, कोई हाई सीआर वाला गॉबलेट मिल जाता है तुम्हें एंड सर्कलेट पे थोड़ा और सीआर फार्म कर सकते हो, तो बाकी तीनों पीसेस चेंज मत करना, वो तो बहुत मस्त मस्त है। लेंस ओके। एनर्जी एंड सीआर थोड़ा कम है। एनर्जी एंड सीआर पे काम करना है। हैं हैं ये क्या है? गॉबलेट इग्नोर करना भाई, कैसे इग्नोर करे? कुछ ज्यादा ही हेल्दी फ्लिंस नहीं हो गया, बट 2.1 के अटैक, नाइस। एचपी गॉबलेट के साथ भी। जी बाय बाय, जी बाय बाय। ओके ठीक है। हम्म ओके, ये वाला पीस तो बेटर होगा। अच्छा ही है, थोड़ा बस गॉबलेट को बेटर करना है एंड 5% और क्रिट रेट बढ़ा लेना। पुदीना पुदीना ओके, बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिट रेट है, बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिट रेट है। पैवोनियस सॉर्ड क्रिट रेट मैं बोलूँगा 12%, अराउंड 12% नहीं 10% क्रिट रेट गिरा के क्रिट डैमेज बढ़ा लेना। हाँ यहाँ पे थोड़ा 10% क्रिट रेट गिरा के अगर क्रिट डैमेज बढ़ सकता है। सर्कुलेट चेंज मत करना, बहुत तगड़ा एचपी रोल है उस पर। एक्चुअली गॉबलेट ही है बस जो कि रिप्लेसेबल है, मतलब अगर कोई गॉबलेट मिलता है जिसपे सिर्फ 3 पॉइंट समथिंग परसेंटेज का सीआरओ, मतलब डबल क्रिट वाला क्रिट रेट एंड क्रिट डैमेज हो, क्रिट रेट पे एक भी रोल ना भी जाए, इवन स्टिल देन इट्स फाइन, तुम्हारे सारे रोल बस क्रिट डैमेज पे जाने चाहिए। बट हाँ रेशियो तो काफी सही है नॉन क्रिट वेपन के हिसाब से। अटैक गॉबलेट ढूंढ रहा हूँ, सोच रहा हूँ क्राफ्ट ना करना पड़े। अरे कर लो क्राफ्ट भाई, अगर हाथ में एलिक्सर है तो उतना सोचना क्यों। फ्लेंस फ्लेंस 2.3 का अटैक, 67 242। ओके एनर्जी थोड़ा कम हो गया। ओके डैम भाई, सिग्नेचर वेपन के हिसाब से तो बहुत सही रेशियो है, थोड़ा सा बट एनर्जी बढ़ाना है। ये वाला पीस देखना, अगर कोई ऑफ पीस मिलता है जिसपे, आई मीन ऑफ पीस बोल रहा हूँ सॉरी, कोई पीस है जिसपे सीआर एंड ईआर हो तो ईआर दे देना। ईआर थोड़ा सा कम है, सीआर बहुत ज़्यादा है एंड एनर्जी थोड़ा कम है, तो बहुत सारे पीसेस रिप्लेसेबल है। यहाँ पे ऑलमोस्ट 15% सीआर तो आंख बंद करके डिक्रीज कर सकते हो। अगर कोई फ्लावर है जिसपे अच्छा खासा सीडी रोल हो, ईआर हो एंड अटैक हो, या फिर मे बी एक ऑफिस गॉबलेट जिसपे भर के सीडी एंड ईआर हो, सीआर की नीड ही नहीं है, सीडी ईआर एंड ईएम एंड सर्कुलेट भी देखना सब स्टैट में, मेनली गॉबलेट एंड सर्कुलेट, ये दोनों भर के जिसपे ईआर एंड सीडी हो एंड ईएम का बस अगर रोल ना भी रहे ठीक है, एंड सर्कुलेट पे भी अगर ईआर हो 15% तो आराम से आग बंद करके सीआर डिक्रीज कर सकते हो। C1 है, C1 पे और ज़्यादा एनर्जी की नीड होगी क्योंकि तुम्हारा जल्दी जल्दी वो होगा, बर्स्ट स्पैम करना पड़ेगा। C1 पे 3 वर्ष जाएगा तो तुम्हें एनर्जी का नीड ज़्यादा पड़ेगा। C1 तुम्हारा स्किल कूल डाउन डिक्रीज करता है, स्किल ड्यूरेशन नहीं बढ़ाता है, या फिर स्किल नंबर ऑफ स्किल नहीं बढ़ाता है, नंबर ऑफ बर्स्ट बढ़ाता है C1, तो तुम्हें ज़्यादा एनर्जी की नीड है C1 पे। नेक्स्ट थिएटर एलिमेंट्स पता नहीं, बट एनिमो एंड पायरो तो होना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से। स्कर का वेपन का पैसिव क्या है दिखाओगे? सीडी एंड अटैक। नेफर देखना, ईएम बढ़ाना या ठीक है। सही है, ईएम तो सही है भाई। क्राफ्टेबल वेपन यूज कर लो, वर्ड शिट मत यूज करो इस पे यार, वर्ड शिट मत यूज करो इस पे, क्राफ्टेबल दे दो इसे। आई नो द सीडी लुक्स कूल बट पैसिव दोनों में से एक मिल गया ना, पॉइंटलेस है। स्कर का वेपन का पैसिव ना, स्किल यूज करने पे हाँ अटैक 24%, अटैक और 20 मतलब 48% अटैक मिलता है स्कर को, और अगर ये किसी और पे है तो फिर सिर्फ 24% अटैक, बट अगर स्कर पे है तो फिर 48% अटैक एंड 40% क्रिट डैमेज। स्कर के वेपन और C1 कौन सा बेटर होगा? Enhance the effect of the ascension talent, reason beyond reason। ये क्या पैराग्राफ है? ओके वाइड रिफ्ट। ओके ठीक है। ओके तो C1 स्कर का डैमेज, आई मीन डैमेज बढ़ा भी रहा है बोल सकते हो, नहीं बढ़ा, मतलब स्कर का जो इनबिल्ट मल्टीप्लायर है उनको तो नहीं बढ़ा रहा है, बट एक एडिशनल डैमेज हिट कर रहा है C1। बट ये कौन से टैलेंट से है वो तो, मतलब क्या ड्यूरेशन है, कितने टाइम गैप में हिट कर रहा है, वो कुछ नहीं लिखा है, तो मैं श्योर नहीं हूँ उसके बारे में। मतलब कितने टाइम गैप में ये वाला अटैक हो रहा है, अगर स्कर का हर अटैक के साथ ये वाला अटैक फॉलो अप जाता है देन ये काफ़ी अच्छा है, बट अगर इसका कोई कूल डाउन है मतलब कुछ सेकंड्स का, देन ना, देन वेपन बेटर। तुम्हारा स्कर का हाईएस्ट डैमेज एक रोटेशन में मेरा 4 मिलियन के ऊपर ही रहता है डैमेज, एक सिंगल रोटेशन में। चलो अभी क्वेस्ट स्टार्ट करते हैं। वारका का कौन सा वाला है? ये वाला, अच्छा ये वाला तो उसका है, वो बाद में कर लेंगे। व्यू लेटर, ओके ठीक है।
Oh,
चलो वारका क्वेस्ट खत्म कर लेते हैं यार। शिवम भाई हो क्या? शिवम भाई, ओलू बुला रहा है। नो 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 वे भाई। हैं? ये क्या स्कैम है? मुझे लगा यार मैंने कुछ मिस करा होगा, चेस्ट वेस्ट होगा भाई। क्या स्कैम है भाई ये? ये फ्लावर्स कलेक्ट करने के दो रीजन होते हैं, एक तो वेंटिबल एंड दूसरा एक ड्रैगन स्पाइन में क्वेस्ट, एक हिडन क्वेस्ट। 2 आवर विदर्स के बाद अदरवाइज 1 और 30 मिनट हो गए। पर हिट भाई, पर हिट मैं कभी नोटिस नहीं कर रहा हूँ, कभी नहीं, क्योंकि वो हर एक हिट का अलग अलग नंबर होता है।
Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of
well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since
News travels fast on the wind. But before my wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your
चलो करो, मैं
Amazing!
चौलता,
Incredible!
तुम चौलता।
Great
ठीक है
heroes.
पोलू,
So
तुम
I'm guessing the
तुम
wild
चौलो।
hunt is a thing of the past now that you've
अरे हाँ
defeated
पोलू,
the
वैसे मैं
Ray
बोल रहा था
Seems
नेक्स्ट
that way.
वीक मेरा बस डेली संभाल लेना
focus on
कुछ
dealing
दिन,
with
ठीक
the
है?
doctor, though.
Well,
वैसे
that's good to
रोज तो
hear.
कॉन्डेंस्ड क्राफ्ट नहीं
Hey,
कर पाओगे,
now that the Northern Abyss
तो
calamity is finally
या
resolved,
तो फ्लिंस का
Vark,
टैलेंट
I
बुक कर
haven't
देना
seen
या फिर
him in the
मोरा।
longest
29 की
time.
पिटी है,
He
50
must
50 भी
have
है, फ्लिंस
so many
मुश्किल है मिलना,
stories to share.
क्या पता मिल जाए।
My mom was wondering about that, too.
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
They must have been making quite a
इसका
racket
फिर
if
होता
it
था
was
मिस
enough
कर
to wake
लेता।
up the
इसका फिर
toned-up
रात हो रही
bard.
है।
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Oh, bring it on.
Like
second.
that.
ये लड़का है कि लड़की है?
Giving up already? Hey, you're not half as tough as Varka said.
ये लड़का है कि लड़की है? वॉइस से पता नहीं चल रहा है। एंड इसका आउटफिट इतना
A
डेनस्लिप जैसा
young
क्यों
knight
है?
of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight of...
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
वेंटी नहीं, वेंटी की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ भाई मैं।
So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard?
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, vice captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favon.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never...
That's probably because when the wild hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all.
Battle
Then,
addict like
once the wild
child.
hunt calmed down, I got
ये
sent
होगा।
back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you
पता
ask
नहीं,
me.
वॉइस से
Sounds
मुझे
like I
समझ
missed
नहीं
out
आ
on
रहा
some
है।
serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lowen. He should just hire a full-time mailman already.
Lolen? Can you review my ID?
In fact,
Characters, sure.
He's earned
Just
himself
type
a
your
new
ID, but
nickname.
I
Let's
need
go
to get off the
with
quest.
Sir Writes a Lot.
I need to get out of this questioning.
I'll have you know
Jeez.
that... So, tone deaf or not.
Wait, really? Darn it!
Anyway, since this young man...
कुछ important
You
है वैसे
sure
इस
are.
quest में.
This
वरना
one
मैं
is for the
skip मार
bard in
दूंगा.
green clothes. These days, I think he goes by. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, Ruin Guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So,
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be near...
oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
Important.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this home? Let's go!
Thank you so much, honorary.
The abyss. The wild hunt. Andreas. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden?
Come on, Cap, दे देख.
Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted. Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets. We will make our triumphant return!
Okay, C3R3 Varka, of course. पता था. हैं? I mean, quest में दिखाया WGS है, but भाई what the? Artifact क्या है? Noblesse? Okay.
That's gonna...
Stormwind! Without the rapier of Solnari to direct them.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, it's surely...
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets...
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard.
Yes, Grandmaster!
If you don't get an idea of his background, then skip till you met the elf. Okay. नहीं. वो तो थोड़ा important है.
We
Sealy?
meet again, Andreas.
अच्छा, मुझे सीली लगा एक. अरे यार, यहाँ पे भी रिव्यू नहीं कर सकता, क्लोज है. थोड़ा सा रुकना पड़ेगा स्ट्राइकर पे.
Don't you want to see what it looks like now?
ये क्वेस्ट के बीच में पता नहीं गैप कब मिलेगा.
I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
ओके, तो ये क्लेमोर एंड्रियस से रिलेटेड है.
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious. Might be better to go by...
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
Imagine quest का starting में ही locked. क्या बात है भाई.
That's where things stand with the expedition. PPS, I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Writes-A-Lot is really living up. I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Jean? Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel, allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter?
Really? Oh, that would be a great help.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen.
Boss fight कुछ
The other
नहीं है
knights
भाई,
will help
पूरा बेकार
distribute.
quest है.
Great. But I heard that another
Okay.
challenge...
Very well, but...
I will. Goodbye.
ओके ठीक है, चलो अभी रिव्यू कर सकता हूँ. बैटमैन लोर एड स्किप इफ यू वांट. नहीं, बैटमैन लोर स्किप नहीं कर सकते. आई मीन वो शज़ना में सही में बैन है कि नहीं, वो भी तो जानना है ना. न्यूवी एंड स्कर्क. नाइस, बढ़िया रेशियो है. 35,000 हाइड्रो गॉबलेट एंड इतना तगड़ा रेशियो है, बहुत सही. नाइस, काफी अच्छा खासा एचपी है. बढ़िया. यहाँ पे भी एचपी है, यहाँ पे 17% एचपी. भाई फ्लावर बहुत बढ़िया है. नाइस, न्यूवी का बिल्ड बहुत सॉलिड है. एंड स्कर्क टैलेंट 2.5 के अटैक, क्रायोगोब्लेट है ना. ओके 46%. हंटर है क्या इस पे? फिनाले ऑफ द डीप. आई सी. बर्स्ट क्राउन कर सकते हो. 22% अटैक. ऐसा वैसे इसका सिग्नेचर सेट भी फार्म कर लेना. इस पे भी 16% अटैक है. डैम भाई, अटैक पे रोल तो तुम्हारा बहुत तगड़ा है. नाइस यार, थोड़ा कम होता अगर सिग्नेचर सेट पे होता, बट इस सेट पे तो सही है. अगर इसका वेपन निकालोगे तो फिर वो कर लेना, ठीक है. सिग्नेचर सेट कर लेना, सिग्नेचर पुल करने के बाद. दैट वन डायलॉग कैमियो वाज द बेस्ट. कौन सा कैमियो? यहाँ क्यों आ गया? हाँ वैसे उल्फी से एक बार नहीं, पोजेस तो मैं ले चुका हूँ. ऊपर एक बार के लिए मुझे लगा इसके पीठ पे विशन क्या कर रहा है. स्कर का C1 कैसा है? स्कर का C1 एक एडिशनल डैमेज डील करता है, बट अब मैं श्योर नहीं हूँ कि वो डैमेज उसका हर अटैक के साथ जाता है कि कुछ टाइम गैप में. अगर कुछ टाइम गैप में है देन तो भाई ना ब्रो, नॉट दैट गुड. बट वेपन तो बहुत अच्छा है. 48% अटैक एंड 40% क्रिट डैमेज.
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
Huh? But Fark is coming back. The situation in Nakrai is stable.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, it seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some, well, some might not even want to be a knight yet. What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did, but he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfendom?
Correct. As you may already know, The Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god. And the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but...
Huh?
You don't seem surprised. Did you sense something in Nodcry?
Should I go for Flint's or Skirk C1? अगर इनफा तो है तुम पे तो definitely Flint's तो pull कर सकते हो. Flint's इनफा का duo बहुत खतरनाक है.
The Great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Dvalin, the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern.
No
wonder Varga wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions. Yes,
but not a good weapon, only Scabbard Spine. Scabbard Spine उसके लिए बहुत बढ़िया weapon है. Energy का पूरा need fill हो जाता है. थोड़ा सा CR मिल जाता है. CR उसे चाहिए भी नहीं बहुत ज़्यादा, मतलब CR आराम से हो जाएगा मैंने. 8% CR, high base attack and 36% ER. बहुत बढ़िया weapon है उसके लिए. सारे stats एकदम अच्छी तरह उसके लिए बने हैं.
Into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angels here now.
बहुत सारे बॉस का वो नहीं करा है मैंने अचीवमेंट. करना पड़ेगा बहुत सारे बॉस का अचीवमेंट्स. नेथलन के टाइम से आई थिंक मेरे बॉस अचीवमेंट्स पेंडिंग पड़े हैं. So I will try. I'm on guarantee, but only 30
hot weather.
Start by
pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little...
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now. But do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Kaya! Rosaria! Diluc! Paimon knew we'd find you!
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you...
I think old character pull करने से सही
Please
है, new
allow me
character
to
pull
once
करना
again
best
express
होगा.
my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
Okay.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument.
मैं imagine जब
I
Genshin
just
anime
really don't
आएगा लोग
disagree with the
सोचेंगे
first
कि
part of
Diluc
what you
कितना
said.
बढ़िया character है,
But don't you
बहुत
think
strong
someone
DPS
can
होगा.
keep tabs on things
I mean
from
that's
the
what we
inside?
thought too.
When you join an organization,
But अगर
you're
game
bound by its
जैसा
rules,
anime
no
में
matter
वो
how
हुआ तो.
free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never
एक
mind
minute
the
से.
Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose?
Are they arguing or not?
मेरे पे ड्यूरिन और
hard to
इनफा
tell.
नहीं है, फ्लिंस पुल करूँ या ड्यूरिन नहीं चाहिए फ्लिंस के टीम के लिए. बट अगर तुम्हारे पास कोलम्बिन आया तो निकाल सकते हो फ्लिंस. इनफा बाद में निकाल लेना.
Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home.
What should I Republic order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and a review of the latest vintages.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't.
रोजारिया आ गई. अच्छा अकेले में बुलाइए ट्रैवलर को.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I
कोलम्बिना भी
write
नहीं है.
back, I'll tell him
कोलम्बिना
to
तो
quit
निकाल
making
लेना.
trouble for other people.
I guess फ्लिंस निकाल लो.
It's no
कोलम्बिना
trouble.
निकाल लेना and
Lowen
उसके
did most
बाद
of the work. We just
Enough.
volunteered to do the last leg of...
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval.
यार
It's
ये
happened in Mondstadt before.
रोजारिया का वॉइस
Not
थोड़ा
only that,
अलग नहीं
but
लग
it
रहा.
happened to a knight of Boreas.
रोजारिया का वॉइस ये
That'll
चेंज
really
हुआ है
hit
क्या?
home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than... Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished
किसी को
twice
पता है
in
रोजारिया का
history.
ये चेंज
The
हुआ है क्या?
first was at its inception.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this?
I happened to hear... Although the Knights of those who have... But 500... He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight?
Flynn's have to be team ke with 5-star character. Flynn's,
well, apparently
I know,
his original title was the White Knight. But he
Sucrose.
lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity
या
500
फिर
years
Flynn's,
ago,
I know,
including
Mona
his tutor and mentor,
Sucrose.
Rostam.
Flynn's,
The
I know, Mona
endless
Sucrose
bloodshed
actually better
stained his
रहेगा.
sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the blood-stained Knight. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this, it's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know
यार
you're not
लग
alone.
रहा है भाई ये रोज़ारी का VA चेंज हुआ है.
After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Anyway, you're still... If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, I'm super curious about what happened to Roland. That's a great idea!
मैं स्पीड रन कर रहा हूँ अब. फालतू की चिट चैट हो रही है यहाँ पे बस. मैं ये पॉइंट पे और यहाँ पे लोडिंग स्क्रीन क्यों? वार्का के पीओवी पे जाएगा क्या? हाँ नहीं बे यार.
What's going on here? Was Bulbumdum out? The Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out! Animal test 6308.
Observe. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Oh, are you all right? Oh no! What now? Phew. You scared Paimon stiff.
Stop right there. Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait. What are you trying to say, huh?
मैंने बोला था ना क्या?
Paimon passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even realize she was...
You may dispense with your suspicions. The wolf pack has borne witness. They fought against the aberration. Ah, a familiar...
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now. Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you stab them. They didn't stand a chance. Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though. Go on. You should check on him.
एक मिनट सर. बॉस बैटल होगा यहाँ पे. मजा आएगा बॉस बैटल होगा तो.
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak?
am I?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. But I shall not let them succeed without a fight. We meet again, human Lupic.
So, are you saying that the wild hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mondstadt?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being.
Boring.
I am but one remnant of the god, Andreas' soul.
Boreas का थोड़ा
The
वो है
source
Lord.
of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north. It is the part of me that remains in Nodcry, from whence I came.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can he be in two places at once?
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods. The Wolf King, Andreas, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the present day.
Huh? The bard's back?
Tone-deaf bard? What are you—
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen on recounting it himself. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Seelie Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn's starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes. 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall, and awoke him at long last. The night asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea,
battle pass
split
wala
his
sword
soul into two halves and
Wolf
left
Fang.
his home once
Okay,
more.
that makes sense.
Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, So, this is the world the humans dreamed of. Though the night's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there—
There is no need for you to ask.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that night 1,000 years ago, and then—
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Nodcry. I fear Andreas has not found peace in his heart even to this. That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his weakness, sowing the seeds of all the
But we followed Boreas's trail in Nodcry. We investigated and discovered no signs of it.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the recent turmoil in Nodcry has had unforeseen, and there's more.
इनको लग रहा है वार्गा को स्क्रीन टाइम नहीं मिला
I detect another familiar scent from across the ley lines. A scent that reeks of blood.
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that, I know not if he lived or died.
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift. That could save...
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now. I hope...
Varka, is he in danger?
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
All right. Wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good chance to try out some new moves.
I stay in Mondstadt too.
Razor, give me your...
Okay.
Golden-haired traveler, give this token to the current knight of Boreas. It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts, though I have given him a piece before.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. To prevent the... Although, truth be told, the great wolf king of the north remains strong for now.
कितना बाकी है और कोई बता पाएगा?
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
कितना बाकी होगा? Anyone?
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nod. 500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the mightiest knight of Boreas ever to have lived. He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry, vowing to eliminate all injustice from the world. But the world had never been perfect and pure. Neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light, could persuade him to temper his... But what was the scent that reeks of blood that Lupus Boreas sensed? And what is its connection to Conria and the Abyss? Perhaps you... Any questions before you set off? Better ask now.
45 minutes, okay?
All right.
मैं तो स्टार्ट ही नहीं किया, अभी आज करूँगा. कर लो.
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans.
Alright! Hey, wait!
भाई ये playable कब होगा? Damn! Damn भाई, कैप्टन अमेरिका वाला लैंडिंग कर दिया. ये क्या था? शिट मेरा फ्लिंस ना डाउन हो जाए।
Hold the line!
मेरे पास लोमा है तो नेफर और कोलोमिना के लिए सेव करूँ और फ्लिंस स्किप कैसा रहेगा? नेफर एंड कोलोमिना, हाँ फिर वही कर लो। It took 6 years to give Dvalin his voice. किसने बोला? Dvalin का voice 1.0 में ही है।
Grandmaster! It...
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
And Paimon too!
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a decision soon. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest knight of Boreas?
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Rahir of Solmar. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, understand mine. This is fair. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustices of this world. In the name...
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? But why would he be leading the Wild Hunt? And why was he talking about... forget that. We can...
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. True. We're still not... Killing him might be just about possible. Especially now that you're here. The difficult part is... we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power wielded by the 5 sinners. But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage. Particularly when it comes to Andreas' remnant soul. Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home from their own battles by now. Let's discuss this further when they're back. We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally be declared a victory.
Hoga से chat करना फिर मीटिंग में मजा आएगा।
Probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
Hey, good to see you again. She went to see...
That means
they're... Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Short distance propulsion. Switching to chat mode. Hello there. Varka placed a sizable... Secondly,
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like pretty much everyone's here. Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here? That works too. All right. You keep gathering intel. Hey, Honorary Knight. Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. Great.
उसके बाद सुनोगे तो मीटिंग के टाइम में मजा आ गया।
And that's where things stand. Intel from the Frost Moon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rerir resides. What we are facing here is a
summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andreas.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andreas' spirit, namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yo,
I'm
Shiro bhai.
completely lost.
मेरे Wilkins का है?
Isn't Roland some How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past? And the...
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or, when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances. That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the functionality of the Roland replica can't possibly imitate Barrier's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for this lack of power.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andreas as he slumbered by the bank of Eimsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so,
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat. But we can keep those questions.
Okay, Paimon.
We can't kill him right from intelligence gathered during the expedition. Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once God remains this land has already been ravaged by the...
Query. Well, in that land...
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Please, present it now. It should help explain things fast.
क्या यार इसको न्यू आउटफिट दिया है तो ये पुराने आउटफिट में क्यों है क्वेस्ट में?
Come forth, Boreas.
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Perhaps do not grieve for me, for this is the end I have chosen. Instead, remember that one day, your wandering too must come to an end. A final...
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas' final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstadt from harm.
Sounds like Andreas spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found, the decision he made, to Andreas' heart. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside...
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even having this meeting?
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power. However, since his form was unstable if we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with...
So we need...
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Nodcry. Most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Huh? Wait, really?
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible... Not just the Wild Hunt in the Abyss, but ancient gods remaining in...
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if you foresaw the future.
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends. Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses. Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry, and use them to make the thought within this sword as strong as it could possibly be, according to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt. But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry.
Okay, so 3 more mini-expeditions to...
I managed to gather one fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of in short order. As for the third fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on. But we'll need all hands on deck. The final...
With our foe being...
And since the what?
The Clink Clink Crumcake Crap Shop.
So what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it, though. I mean, who actually reads those things anyway, right?
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Looking at you, Yehoda.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god.
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that easy.
I'll deal with the second wolf spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment, Traveler, could you join me in retrieving fragment 2? All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people.
अरे go to next theater element वैसे क्या है मतलब जो आने वाला है ये 2-4 दिन में उसके elements बताओ मैं thumbnail ready कर लूँगा फिर पहले ही कल प्लान है मेरा अबिस एंड थिएटर का वीडियो होपफुली कल मैं रेडी करके अपलोड भी कर दूँ कल परसों एंड वही मतलब बैक टू बैक सारे
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight? Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
Whoa! Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and keep your head in the game! You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle!
Huh? Well, all right, just trying to lift our spirits a little. You want to see some photos I took of me and the knights before the expedition, maybe?
Shut up!
Electra... ये कैसे हो सकता है?
Is this what we're looking for?
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit. Just...
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either.
Why do you laugh?
Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that you have love in your heart. I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have found your own answer to the question of how...
Special invite.
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this path. Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Oh, sure enough, this place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for this. It wasn't enough to pose a serious threat. We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage, it should still be usable. Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. But that's not the only reason I wanted you to... Could you try reversing the corruption? Not purifying it, exactly, but separating out the Roland part from the wolf's...
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as the wolf spirit part?
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's memories. As they say, know thyself, know thy enemy. Let me think. How was it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single... Actually, neither do I.
Huh. Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't...
I thought it might mean something to you. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct?
अच्छा मुझे एक बार मेंशन करके बता देना डिस्कॉर्ड में ठीक है
If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom
यो
was like
प्रशांत भाई
a
क्या
river
हालचाल
flowing with
इतने टाइम बाद
concepts,
कैसे हो
and you were trying to capture the concept
क्या
belonging to
चल
a
रहा है
particular
मैंने
ancient
तो
name.
गेम
I'm thinking
हटा दिया
the same
अच्छा
basic principle.
Okay, but
फिलहाल तो नॉट ड्राई चल रहा है एकदम लोड बॉम्बिंग
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for a boat.
एंड
As for
वार
a
का
net,
प्लेबल हुआ अभी
this is what I've heard.
extremely
Thoughts
disappointing
and
character है
emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create a rope. They can separate love from hatred, and they can bind objects and events together. Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland.
Well, maybe you could try this.
What is it? It looks old.
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight Roland. After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander to Vat. Grandmaster Arundelen had wanted to deliver this letter to him. But trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow.
Rostam
He never
वो
did
नहीं
find
है
him. And so this
Signora
letter has
का
been sitting at the Knights of Favonius headquarters ever since.
Quite the antique then.
इस अपडेट में कोई भी न्यू मैप नहीं आया यस वे होप कर सकते हैं अगले में आए
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
Hey, what happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency? You're just making this up as you go along.
What can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step. But I prefer... But anyway, don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely. Whoa.
You really are making this up as you go along.
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed. Just like he said.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice I have sought to uphold, a great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed, turning its inhabitants into the code of chivalry tolerates not such injustice. If Abyss be thy name, I pledge to you
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end.
बेचारे को
With that,
खानरिया का ट्रूथ
he
पता
bade
चला
his humanity
एंड इसने भी
farewell.
वही फील किया जो हम लोगों ने फील किया था सुमेरु हाँ सुमेरु में वो क्वेस्ट करते टाइम क्या नाम था क्वेस्ट का मैं भूल भी गया हूँ
I dare say you must find it quite ironic, Knight of Boreas.
ये उसका भाई नहीं है डिवाइस नहीं है ये
That eye.
Voice.
Dainsleif? No. Bore a striking resemblance, but that wasn't him.
Yes, device.
While we gazed into the past, he was gazing right back at us. Could it be? So that's what happened.
Right.
After leaving Mondstadt and wandering the land, Roland ventured underground and saw a revelation from the visionary. Once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods' judgment as the greatest injustice, giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything.
Uh-oh! Does this mean we have to take on the visionary?
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, both the Wild Hunt and Roland would be acting with far more lethal precision. But even without the Visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't afford to underestimate. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. We need to think one step ahead if we want to outmaneuver him. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you.
Visionary, हाँ मैं voice से ही समझ गया वो fact था.
Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides, it wasn't a fully formed plan back then.
वही wise नहीं था. डेन का भाई. वेडी डेन का भाई था ना. डेन का भाई ही wise नहीं था.
That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again.
Wise अलग है. Wise कौन था फिर मैं?
No plan is free of risks.
डेन का भाई बोल रहा था.
At least this one actually gives us a shot at fully eliminating the danger posed by this ancient god.
अच्छा 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 वो लास्ट वाला जिससे हम लोग अभी तक मिले नहीं हैं.
Not to mention we still have Jean in Mondstadt.
Oh, there has to be another way.
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
Ah, Yehoda. Yes, we've successfully retreated.
Nope. It's a total disaster. More Wild Hunt monsters than I've seen in my whole life.
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust. What?
ये सब ब्रेक नहीं मिला तो करना पड़ेगा. लास्ट तक कितना टाइम होगा? आधे घंटे में खत्म हो जाएगा.
Well, before we ran into trouble, the two teams are holed up here and here. They should.
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying.
We can't.
The logistics
Hanefa
designated dropped the logistics.
Amazing.
लंबा है. मतलब कितना टाइम हो तो बताओ.
Both.
वरना मैं गेम वो क्विट कर दूंगा. Alt F4. ये तो उस जैसा हो गया. Natlan. आधे घंटे में नहीं खत्म होगा. एक घंटा? हैं? मैं खाना खा के ना आ जाओ.
Something's not. Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm.
Yes, sir. Reporting in, sir. We've identified.
Good. Wait for.
Congratulations, Shadoweye.
Logistics company, deploy.
Try to keep up.
Sachcha? Traveler, thank goodness you're here.
Be careful. There's no end to these monsters. They keep coming from that mist, wave after wave.
Just as I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready. Burn! Thunder! Is that the signal to say they're ready? Maria sweeping in! It's showtime! Fall back! Yes, Master!
तुम्हें बार का पुल गया क्या? Yes.
Ready?
थोड़ा ज़्यादा 45 मिनट्स करूँगा. अच्छा ओके. 45 मिनट्स भी बहुत ज़्यादा है.
The enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should be
brave knights.
There's no need to be.
Very well. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this.
That's not exactly very.
We split the search.
Either way,
it would be.
We've run right through now that they've lost their.
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight, be careful. There's no end to these monsters. However many...
They've had us penned in...
Oh, yeah? Then we'll leave that to you. Hey, everyone hear that? We need to hold the line.
Yes, sir!
Thunder!
ये नैपलैंड का म्यूजिक नहीं है?
Thunder! Burn! Thunder! Thunder! Hey, they're running out of steam. Now's your chance.
Affirmative. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist. If we destroy that, the Wild Hunt won't be able to summon any more reinforcements.
Not Karega, not Karega. पहला वाला
Use this time. Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to...
Yes! Now it feels like we're...
I'll say.
Absolutely.
Much obliged.
ये कौन सा क्वेस्ट है? वार्का का. कैसा कैरेक्टर है?
Hiding in the
मिड से भी
mist
नीचे
again.
रखूंगा.
You all know the drill. Yes.
प्ले स्टाइल बहुत इंसान है बट.
Maria sweeping in! Burn! Up the ante!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
पे बहुत ज्यादा नहीं प्यारा रहा है.
Time to counterattack!
Thunder! Burn! Thunder! This wild hunt doesn't know Traveler.
Mr. Varka?
Just like last. Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster. We can.
That's the spirit. Stay on your toes. Either we all march back to Mondstadt together, or no one does.
भाई वो उतना बड़ा क्लेमोर लेके कौन खड़ा था वो?
The final fragment is right there. Don't let me down.
It seems you have collected them all.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way. I have to commend your chivalry, Sir Roland.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one created by the Wild Hunt, nor would I countenance those monsters to taint our duel with their presence. If you need a moment to rest, take it. Victory will be mine.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight!
As you wish.
Is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies. It's Egbert,
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. You're the only one still standing. Honorary Knight?
We can't lose our Varka! Please!
You're holding back, Knight of Boreas. This duel does no justice to the way of chivalry. I wield the power of a god, while you dare not swing your sword with true intent. If you can, your plan is doomed to fail. How can a helpless lamb hope to tame?
You're on to me already, huh?
Andreas's question, Boreas's answer. The means to bear a soul, though the false path may be wide and welcoming. Only destruction.
Okay, cutscene. Not a cutscene, never mind. अच्छा मुझे बस spam करना है.
It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell. Join me and pledge your allegiance to the abyss.
For the next part, it's over to you, Outlander who come. The sword is unbroken, but I can't sense. Looks like I'm no longer in reality. This must be a space. There's no way back. And all that lies ahead is the wolf's maw. Guess the only way is through. Try to keep up! A Favonius sword? Who left this here?
Lonely warrior. Take me to see him.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I've slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons. But however mighty one's blade, before the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince?
Huh? Stormwind! Maria sweeping in!
ये वाइल्ड हंट्स भी थोड़ा स्लो रिजनरेट करते हैं। Hey, imagine Pyro Archon save इसका fast क्या कहते हैं claymore wielding capabilities है।
Is this the fairest shadow?
The title of Boreas must find an heir.
On me!
Here.
The scent that reeks of blood appears to be getting stronger. Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles.
Huh? Trying to keep up!
मैं सीधा ही चला जाता।
Huh?
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them. Lupus Boreas, if you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice.
Surrender to the abyss.
Malicious lies! Stormwind!
On me!
Stormwind! Maria sweeping in!
एक सेकंड ये हील कैसे हो रहा है?
Stormwind! Stormwind!
My old friend.
Andreas lore, Varka lore, Roland lore, lore, Rustum lore, weapon
This
lore,
is not
कितना
where
कुछ
your
lore है
path
इसमें।
ends. You
ये
must
weapon दे दे भाई
continue
मुझे।
on.
ये WGS मुझे दे दे भाई।
This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter.
Huh?
can't hide from it!
You must deliver it.
Physical damage, enemy damage से ज़्यादा आ रहा है.
Your path cannot end here.
अरे जल्दी चल ले भाई.
You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
Even if you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior. Step forward.
Physical damage से enemy damage ज़्यादा आ रहा है.
Is this the heart of the wolf? Roland!
After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength. The power you take such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind. Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky, lit at dusk, dead by dawn, utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
अरे कितना भागेगा भाई.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out. And those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
यार ये फालतूगिरी कब तक करना है क्या?
A knight's duty is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Put an end to me? Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request... I shall do as you wish. Not...
You're not quite how I imagined you. You don't seem half as crazed as the memories contained in the wolf.
Not once have I strayed from the righteous path. But when I look at you, I do not see a hero capable of slaying dragons. Just
I guess we have that much in common. Neither of us are at our peak.
The Rayhir of Solmari's forces have been defeated. And the Roland you see, I wield the power that Roland did at his peak. But my heart and mind remain frozen in that bloodstain. Therefore, I, in my current form, am flawed. A knight, after redeeming you from injustice and guiding your surrender to the abyss, I shall rectify myself and...
The world out there can bear no more of your torment. Your obsession, clearly, remains exactly as I had imagined. I suppose there's no chance to make you see the light.
No words can make a knight doubt his convictions, no matter how noble they may sound. Neither of us will sway the other, but you have long known this truth. Otherwise, why would you pin all your hopes on Boreas' single? But now the blade that you no longer...
Maybe you're partly right. But I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
What do you...
There's only one person's mind I need to change, and it isn't yours. Forgetting where we are? This is the heart of Andreas. God... Andreas! Can you hear me? Wake up! You are the great god of the Northwind! How long will you allow yourself to suffer the domination of the Abyss?
If this is your final gambit, I am most grand displays of heartfelt wishes cannot summon miracles.
Return. Return to... Is this the answer that I found?
Andreas, at long last, I have delivered your token back into your heart.
This is all that a wolf...
On behalf of all humanity, I thank you, Lord of Wolves.
Boreas is returning to the ley lines. But why? Your sword is broken. You no longer have the means to bear his soul.
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that, but a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
Kind of जो कैप्टन ने करा है.
Even if it is not my intention,
exact नहीं, but
the soul of Lupus Boreas will inevitably ravage, devour, and assimilate a mortal heart. As if he...
If a mortal heart is to bear the soul of a god, this is a path that cannot be retraced. Yet, I shall not dissuade a knight from embarking on the quest of his own choosing.
Your heart, your soul, they are collapsing.
You were wondering how a lamb could tame the heart of a wolf. Isn't that right? Here's my answer. You get the wolf to swallow the heart.
The wolf spirit within the sword was merely a decoy. The true thoughts and memories were carried within your heart. To avoid arousing my suspicion, you deliberately allowed Lupus Boreas' soul to assimilate your own, then be devoured by me. But how did you have the strength?
Compared to Lupus Boreas' decision, my sacrifice...
You have a stubborn will. And employed your soul. Neither Barbados nor the Traveler will be able to anchor your soul from within the ley lines.
You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, may your soul rest in peace with Boreas, lonely warrior.
Haha! Lol. Sorry to disappoint you, but as much as it sounded like the perfect ending for both of us to return to the ley lines, the fact is that, unlike the true Roland of the past, I still have fine wine and good friends to get back to. They're looking forward. I'm not ready to accept my fate just yet.
Ding dong! You've got mail!
Until I return, I leave them in your care. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you. Come on! Mondstadt!
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka.
To Varka.
Family.
No pig call.
एक सेकंड वो हाथ किसका था? लेजर को जो सिखा रहा था लीजा का हाथ तो नहीं था वो.
Poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
Grandmaster.
Master.
Varka.
Go Varka! He's the right one!
For Varka.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The Abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you believe in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
This is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
A knight is always true to their word. So please, keep your promise and return victorious.
You are not alone.
Right back at you, Varka.
Up the ante!
Next, C3, R3, and
Up the ante! Shred him! Stormwind!
The north wind blows southward. May it guide you on your journey home.
Leave it all to me!
keep up! Try to keep up! On me!
There's an ice-cold drink with your name on it. Ready when you are.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Up the ante! Freeze! Up the ante! Maria sweeping in! Up the ante! Huh?
Here.
Huh?
Fly home to us, Grandmaster!
Spread your wings and soar toward a new dawn.
Fate's chosen Lubaka.
Up the ante! On me. Huh? One final battle!
अननेसेसरी लंबा किया है ये.
Walk forward and do not look back.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name.
After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on. But they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius. But I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
Grandmaster,
okay.
we're all waiting for you.
Oh. I'm not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I?
Oh, ये सारे previous Grandmasters के weapons.
I'll take that silence as your approval. Everything you swore to protect with your lives, it's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt, and the oaths sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your behalf. I know it's just a shadow of the real Roland, but if you have the time, could you please read it for him? Rostam and Arundelen, they never forgot you. Phew. This has been one long expedition. From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead. Hey everyone, it's been a mighty long time. I'm thrilled to see you all again.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah, I'm home. It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. The sword was just a decoy. The second half, though.
All jokes aside.
And it turns out our trust. Then, I guess but it would have come at a heavy...
You're drink.
It's been a while since I felt this.
ये
All right
वही
then.
मतलब फारका ने काइंड ऑफ वही चीज करा है जो कैप्टन ने करा है. कैप्टन का और भी ज्यादा वो था, बट इसने भी काइंड ऑफ सिमिलर करा है. चलो ये तो खत्म हो गया, तो स्ट्रीम भी यही पेंड करता है आज. ठीक है गाइस, तो चलो आज के लिए टाटा बाय बाय, टेक केयर, गुड नाइट, शुभ रात्रि, और मिलते हैं फिर अगले स्ट्रीम पे. तो चलो अंटिल देन बाय बाय.